speeding bullet.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
Well, hello, Mr. Pennywise. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. Jack left us.
Maybe I am insane. And maybe it's time for you to find out how insane I am. Yeah.
I can kill everyone in this game? Sorry.
By the power of Grayskull.
Etrigan, you stop right there!
Are you ready?
And welcome to this week's episode of the Angrygeeks. You guys know who I am, and I think you all are beginning to know who this young lady is. Once again, sitting in as the newest co-host of the Angrygeeks, the one and only Quinderella, or AKA, as I like to call her, M. We got a great show for you guys tonight with a great author, great cosplayer, someone that has been adopted into the Perry household, the one and only Brandon Clarke.
Is my hair okay?
Beautiful.
Since when did you even start growing hair? I saw it on Facebook that you were growing hair. And if Eva comes in, good evening. So happy to see you doing well, Lewis. Yes, I am
agree
doing
with that.
thank you so much. I am doing a little bit better, not much, but I am doing better. And the big man, Axel, comes in saying, hello, guys. Hello, Axel. How are you? And so, first, Brandon, congratulations on everything that you accomplished over the past 10 years that you and I have known each other.
Thank
and
you.
So many different books that you got going on. And now, M, you do have a question that you ask all our guests, especially lately. We have been having a lot of authors on. So do you want to get that special question that you've been asking out of the way now, or you want to wait?
We can wait because I ask a lot of questions. Which one are you talking about?
Okay. I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the one. Is this where you've seen your life?
Okay. Is this one? Okay. All right.
Do you want to ask that now, or you want to wait?
Yeah, we can. All right.
Okay.
So how did you really get started with the? Well, first off, I want to ask this question to kind of lay into this one, okay? Because this is a special one. I start with the cosplay thing myself. I could never be a writer like you. I give you super props for that. That is so awesome. Well, first off, did you start the cosplaying before the writing? Was that like how you started that first?
Yeah, I started the cosplay. I started cosplaying around like 2010, 2011.
Okay. And the writing is definitely more of a recent thing, or like when did you start that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I started writing, my first book was in 2018. So there's a big gap between, my cosplay and my writing, but my cosplay kind of inspired my writing, because I would always do a lot of like original characters. So I had stories to tell. And I was like, you know what, these characters are so cool. Like I can make stories out of these, and like and tell them to the world, and hopefully somebody would love them and want to read them, and So
I gotta say, I love that like so much. I really do. That is so cool to me.
Brandon was so apprehensive the first time I met him, because first he was half naked, and his am I right or wrong?
You're wrong.
And he was half naked, but his cosplay just completely blew me away, because he was Zeus, and he was just like just beautiful. He was awesome, and I was like, I have to. Yes, I was like, I have to introduce myself to this guy, because he was just incredible, and he was like just like so standoffish. And now look at us.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny you said that, because like for at least a good 3 years, everybody in the cosplay community was calling me Black Naked Zeus. I was not calling
That's
me
a
that.
name. Is that going to be like your next book title?
I know, right?
It can be. It can be. All right. So your website right now, we're going to pull it up in a little bit. Your
Yeah.
newest books are not available on the website yet.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I haven't gotten a chance to get somebody to put it on. I'm not that tech savvy, so I haven't got a chance to have somebody put my books on the more recent ones, Atlas and Amazing Wonders. But they are available on Amazon. So, and everybody has Amazon at this point, so it's very easy to to access.
Okay, so what can you tell us about Atlas and his amazing wonders?
So, well, that's not the proper cover. That's actually the cover that I just but it's the other cover that's the other cover is the proper one. The one with the not that one. That's more for fan art. But there you go. There it is.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Stupid Cody. No. Okay, so what can you tell us about that?
Well, Atlas and His Amazing Wonders. It's first of all, it's not a children's book, so let's get that out the way. It is definitely very adult, but it is it's part of a bigger series called Dark Mysteries of the Paranormal, where it's a 10 book series, and they're all connected, and they're all like, I'm basically doing my version of the MCU where like each character has their own movie, but then when they all kind of come back to fight Thanos, I'm doing my own kind of like situation with that in my books. So Atlas and His Amazing Wonders is actually about a witch. His name is Atlas. Mind you, males can be considered witches. Just want to throw that out there. But a witch named Atlas, and he's immortal, or practically immortal, and he basically wants to I guess you can say, to honor his daughter that passed away many years ago, decades ago. He opens this circus or traveling carnival, and he kind of recruits all these amazing misfits with mystical powers, and they all it's like a story of like friendship and family, and there's a lot of like when families fight, when and how they get back together. They're all you kind of see their own individual journeys. There's one character on there. His name is Dylan, and he has the power to move things with his mind. But even though he's like this powerful, like telekinetic, hello, J-Bo, he deals with so much trauma from when his father used to beat him for being gay, and it's a lot of trials and tribulations, but they find their way through their issues and they become a family.
Cool. Now, you and I had a private discussion about this last week. A lot of inspiration from the XMen. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, anyone who knows me knows I love XMen. And I try to call them, like, I really didn't know what to call these specific people with like these like abilities. I just say they're special people, because there's a difference between being like a witch, being a werewolf, being a vampire, and then there's a person who's human, but they just have this like special gift that the universe decided, hey, we're gonna give you this gift, and I wanted to make that make that distinction in the stories as you read along,
Okay, what inspired you to write this one? I know one of your early books about Kyle the Brave and the Wicked, and then Kyle Studebaker, Sugarbreaker, excuse me. What inspired you to write this one?
I really love circuses and carnivals, and I remember watching American Horror Story, and I remember season 4, they had it was kind of like a freak show. And I was like, I want to do something like my own kind of like carnival story, but instead of calling them freaks, I want to call them wonders. Okay. So, and it was so much fun to write. And I it gave me a chance to really like come up with these amazing, fantastical characters. Like that I know. Like actually, some people that have read it so far said they were in love with it. They love they love the book, and which I'm really happy about because like you want people to like your stuff, and and but yeah, there's so many fun characters in there. Like there's a character named Tyler Shane, and he's kind of like half leprechaun, and he has the power of luck, and he doesn't like nothing bad ever happens to him. And there's this girl, her name is Sophia. She's like a bird woman, and she was like experimented on, and she has has like a sonic scream, and she can make like wind gusts with her wings. And there's this guy named Bellamy. He's like Hawaiian, and he has power to expand his body and grow because he was born premature. But his parents asked a witch to help him and gave him like some sort of like a vial or potion to help him grow, but it gave him powers. So yeah, there's so many fun like characters,
All right, J-Bo has a comment. Besides saying, "Oh my God, it's Brandon, I love him," J-Bo says that he loves the phrase that you call them specials.
Yeah.
Where did the inspiration for each of these characters come from other than the X-Men? The names, are they from people that you've met across the years? The different powers, what inspired you to give them wing powers? Or I'm intrigued by the half leprechaun. How does that work? I mean, that Emma's laughing. Well, I'm like intrigued by that.
Intriguing.
Yeah, it is very. Where did I know you personally, Brandon? So where did this stuff come from?
Hell if I know, right? Because it's like sometimes like the muse gods like that give you inspiration. It just comes to you, and especially over time too. Like you meet people that kind of inspire you, and be like, they I guess you can say they inspire you in a way that kind of helps you want to like create something, I've met so many people over the years, so I just knew that when I wrote the characters, I wanted to do like these amazing beings with substance, but also they have these like fantastical flashy powers. Like there's one woman on there, her name is Maribel, and she's like deformed, but she has the power of super strength, and she can she's like a badass, whatever. But her deformity really like makes her vulnerable when people like kind of like pick at her for it, you know what I'm saying? So she's like a super strong woman, but her deformity kind of is like her weakness. But later on in the book, it kind of she finds beauty in her deformity. Like she's just as beautiful as anybody else. Just because she doesn't look conventionally beautiful doesn't mean she's not beautiful, So and that's something that actually Maribel had inspired me because I'm on TikTok a lot. I'm always on TikTok, and I have to say, there's so much like negativity on that platform, and like I've noticed that a lot of like men in particular love to like say how Black women are not beautiful, like they can't stand Black women, and you wouldn't believe it. It's so unbelievable. It's disgusting. So it's kind of like, what a shitty thing. Sorry for swearing, but like, what a crappy thing to say about people is like, is that what you want your legacy to be, for you to talk about somebody being like saying that they're not as valuable because you don't believe that they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. So like, and that's where kind of like where Maribel kind of stems from. Like, Maribel kind of has like this like, challenge of always feeling like this, even though she's always kind and she's doing the right thing and she helps people, but people like at first glance when they look at her, it's like they kind of have like this like visceral reaction, So and like I said, they all kind of go through their traumas and their issues,
Okay, now is this? We also touched on this too, our last private conversation. One of your readers had made a connection. All of your books are intertwining underneath one universe. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. What made you decide to do that as having one shared universe?
Well, I wanted to kind of like, so as I'm working towards, so I just finished writing volume 7. Obviously it's not out yet. I haven't published volume 5, 6, and 7 yet. I still have to finish 8, 9, and 10, but I wanted to do a collective of characters to kind of like all come back to fight this like evil that's like basically threatening the world, and I think that there's something about having like a shared universe. Be like, when you be like, oh my god, I know that character from the other book. Oh my god, that character from that book. Yeah, like it's like they all kind of like it's like a woven tapestry. And besides, like when you recycle the characters, you kind of allow yourself to give them more development and more like you kind of like evolve their character more. Like I know this is one character in the series. He's in volume 1, The Brave and the Wicked. His name is Benson. Benson Lakehouse, and he's like a YouTuber. Like he's very much into the strange and the dark stuff, like witchcraft and stuff like that. And even though he's immortal, he doesn't have powers, but like he is like very interested in it, and he actually like very narrowly escapes like being killed by this demonic creature, which is the antagonist in volume 1, Arcadius. Which, by the way, Arcadius is like he's the big bad in the entire series. So like it starts with him and it ends with him. But anyway, but you start to see as the books go on, even if like Benson is in Kyle Sugarbreaker for a moment, it's like you kind of still see his progression of who he's turning into, like as the books go along,
I'm giving you the mic.
Oh, all right. Well, you were showing me this, Lewis, a picture. We were looking at we mentioned we were looking at the website before you hopped on.
Mm-hmm.
There was one character in particular. What was that? There was a character that you cosplayed. So you cosplay characters that are also in your book, then, correct?
Yeah, some of them I do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is there like a favorite one that you have in particular that you really, that's your go-to character? Is there like a character that you really feel is your go-to, if you know what I'm saying?
Look at the smile on his face.
Well, to be honest with you, my go-to character is Pennywise the Dancing Clown. That's my go-to character. Like,
I love that.
I'm telling you, like every time. Well, first of all, that's my moneymaker during haunted happenings in Salem. So like during like spooky season, Halloween. So that's my moneymaker. But like as far as like my books go, I really love the Rainbow King. The Rainbow King was a lot of fun.
There you go.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. The Rainbow King is a lot of fun. Like all the colors and stuff like that. And his name is Balnir. It's like an anagram for rainbow. Saying Balnir. And he's actually in the Rainbow Dimension. It's volume 3 of the series. So, but yeah, but as far as like books, yes, Balnir. But as far as like cosplay in general, Pennywise all day.
Do you do any like other horror cosplays, or is like Pennywise just pretty much okay? So do you do like, so Pennywise obviously is like a huge, like, especially right now with like the new one going on, like that's obviously like a top horror icon there. Is there like another one of those like classic guys you ever like to do?
So was the last year I did kind of like a Mickey Mouse from Hell kind of costume.
Love that. Okay.
Yeah. I scared some people with that one. That was fun.
I bet.
Yeah, I had like a butcher knife too, like a butcher knife. I was walking with a butcher knife.
You got like Michael Myers butcher knife with Mickey Mouse, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had like the whole Mickey Mouse like
he's getting it. I was like, oh god, he's finding it.
There he is. There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's when we had to wear a mask outside. Yeah.
I'm scared of you right now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, is this from the Rainbow?
Yeah, the Rainbow Dimension. Yes, the Rainbow King.
Okay, that's one I thought it was.
Okay. Super cool. I love there's just like a crystal ball hanging on there though, like a glow, like what sort of orb I'm looking for?
Like an orb, yeah, a sphere.
Yeah.
Now this is from Kyle or Wicked and Divine.
Yeah, the Brave and the Wicked. That's Arcadius.
Okay.
The Brave and the Wicked, yeah. And that's Arcadius in his full form, like because he has 6 arms. So like he's actually from the night dimension. And he comes over to Earth really to basically cause chaos and feed and eat people, and he's just really bad and evil.
Now this is you. This is not a drawing. This is not
Yeah.
a painting. This is actually you, Brandon.
It's me.
Wow. That is so impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's me. That's my Cosmic Wonder. That's another fun one I've done. But
so any more questions quickly while I pull up more photos?
Well, you said quickly, so now I'm kind of like under pressure here, man.
No, not quickly. Go ahead. Take your time.
I mean, I think I'm good now.
Okay. All right. So, Brandon, what can you tell us about this? Is this a hero from a book, or is this just
Oh,
you?
no, that's a gender bend of Zatanna.
I knew that. Ooh. I was just trying to give you props.
Yeah.
And your gender brand of Dazzler.
Dazzler!
Before we get to the next question, I want to say something about Brandon. You were on America's Got Talent, weren't you? Was it?
No, it was American Idol.
There you go. All right. Hey, tell us a little bit about that. I'm sorry, Em. I got the wrong show.
Get your story straight tonight, Louis.
I know.
No,
tell us a little bit about your experience.
I tried out for American Idol. It's so funny because it's not like how you would see it on the TV. It's not like that. Like you have to go through a series of producers before you actually get to the judges.
Heard that,
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and plus it's like thousands of people, and you literally have like
it's like you're like a group, right, or something.
Yeah. You're in like so mind you, like I didn't even get through the producers because I was so nervous, like that's one, and I also was like they were very like you need to hook them and like literally like
I've heard like notice. It's very gimmicky, like you gotta have gimmicky. A gimmick.
It is very much so. Like if I would have known it was like that, you should have
dressed up as your rainbow guy there. You would have right through. Forget about it.
This actually happened before cosplay. I had auditioned back in 2009. Oh, wow. So this is like pre-dating cosplay, but before I got into it. But yeah. But everything happens for a reason. It wasn't my path. It wasn't meant for me. I firmly believe whatever is meant for me will be for me. And whatever, it's a very gimmicky show,
Yeah, I know someone who does like a lot of banquets, like a singer, one of the best singers I've ever heard. Like she tried out for American Idol 5 times. She never got past that, and she's like, her last time she just gave up because like someone was like dressed like a little elf, and she got through just because she was just like a friggin' elf.
Yeah, see,
and it was like she's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And so she was just done with it, and I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't blame you."
Yeah, and plus they have you. I think they have you like on contract too. If you're on the show, you have to sign this dumb contract where you're signing your life away. It's just like,
oh my God,
I just don't like. No, like we see like the glamour of television sometimes, but we don't really see the ins and outs of what really makes that show the show. We don't know about the contracts and the producers and and the agreements that you have to abide by. Like and it's
110%.
So we don't see all those things. That's why I always say before you sign something, make sure you read the fine print.
That goes with like anything. Like those girls, like those poor things on Dance Moms, they have to like those little things have to sign contracts that they don't gain like 2 pounds and they don't lose 2 pounds. I'm just like, oh my God, I've read horror stories about the stuff they had to do, and they were like 7.
Yeah,
like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very true. Brandon, what Well, I can. When I was on Comic Book Man, I had to sign a confidentiality agreement. No one knew I was. I couldn't tell anyone I was going to be on the show.
Oh, I thought
The
you
only
said no one
people,
could actually know you were really Superman.
uh, the only person that knew I was going to be on the show was Rose. No one else knew. I had to keep it
Yeah.
quiet until I was actually when the episode came on. Brandon,
Yeah.
how many books do you have available to sell right now?
4. I have
Hard.
the first. I have the
No,
first
no.
4 books.
Okay, you have the first 4 books, but what I'm saying is, in your possession right now, if we were going to have a flash sale, if we were going to say Brandon's going to autograph a book, ship it to you right now, how many books do you have? You have none.
I
So
don't.
you are.
I know. I have the copies. The copies that I keep for myself, my own keeping.
Okay.
But I can always order more. I just ordered some of I just ordered some of Atlas and the Amazing Wonders, and
It's like, yeah, you know a guy.
yeah, I can always order more.
Well,
Stuff on
that
baby.
is a good sign that you can't keep any in stock. So
Yeah.
if that is a very good sign. Where are the books available? Just on Amazon, on your website? Any signings coming up in the future? What's
Yes.
happening there?
I actually, on October 16th, there's a pop-up shop happening in Salem. I would have, as it gets closer, I'm gonna have to I'll do more info on it, but I am going to be signing my books at this pop-up shop. This wonderful woman, she had asked me to she's like, I really want to showcase you as an author. I think you're amazing. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. What I'm saying? So I'm definitely going it's on Lafayette Street, I believe. On October 16th. It's on a Sunday. So I'm really excited about that. But as far as I'm looking to maybe 2023. I'm looking to more consistently go to convention to sell my books, because getting the word out there that, hey, I'm an author, buy my books. It's really good.
What was the best before we take our first break? What was the best compliment or best review that you have seen for one of your books so far?
That one of my books made them cry. I was like, oh my god.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
It was actually for the latest one, the Atlas and the Amazing Wonders. That one for one of the characters from Maribel, it made them cry. I was like,
Really?
oh my god.
It takes a lot for a book to do that too. An actor can do that on television, but good job on the pages.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was like, wow. I mean, sometimes you're right. To books, sometimes it's hard for a book to kind of convey, pull emotions from people. But I was just happy that know what it is. Maribel's story is so tragic that it only a person who doesn't have a soul won't be like, wow, so between Maribel and Dylan, they have the most tragic stories. So yeah, that was a great review I got from somebody.
Awesome.
Okay, one other question really quick. I just learned a new term, a new phrase, especially when it comes to an novelist or an author, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to insult you, Em. So I'm going to go out. I want to go out on a limb and say that you just learned this phrase as well as a beta reader.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of that? Do you use them?
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong? Did
You're
you
right.
just learn?
I was waiting for something terrible. You act on so easily.
I got a bad ticker lately. No, I'm using the sympathy card. Have you heard of that phrase? Have you used them? Do you use them? Really? Okay.
The post that I last post, I think you shared my post.
I did,
yeah.
and now I was just wondering if you saw that on one of our last shows. So I was like, hey, did you watch that? Just learn that, or I was just trying to put you on the spot really quick.
Yeah. I know. I use that. I was looking for beta readers to read my book. Hello, like anybody out there? So
all right, we're gonna get to that in 1 second. We're gonna take 30 seconds for a sponsor, and we're gonna be right back. H Square Collectibles, 39 Wedgwood Drive, Suite 232, inside the Slater Mill Mall. Pokemon every Saturday mornings. Become a Pokemon Master. Magic the Gathering every Friday night. Comics, toys, vinyls, diecast, and more. Find your inner hero at CH Square Collectibles. Proud sponsor of the Angry Geeks show. And we're back with Brandon Clarke. And I was just asking, about the beta readers. That's all. What is it? How did you find them? I mean, how did you first learn about them?
Well, that's a lot of authors who kind of like know one another kind of know about beta readers, and people that want to kind of like read your book and kind of review it and tell what you think about it, and and I know that I needed people to read my book and like can I get reviews on Amazon, because like the more people that know about your book and are talking about it, the more people want to read it. So and I'm not gonna lie, the writing path is not for the faint of heart. It is hard. It is a thankless job. It is like, you go through many years without having any success. It's just the way it is. And it's really hard, especially when I'm an independent author. So all my like promotion, I basically rely heavily on like my social media and getting the word out, and like doing hashtags and using the advertising to get people to people want to read my books, and it's hard. It really is hard, but I can't give up because it's something that I'm passionate about. And can I just tell you, like, not to toot my own horn, but toot. Like these books are the cat's pajamas. People who haven't read them, it's just crazy to me. Like everything, because everybody who has read them has said, "Wow, this book really sucked me in. This book is really good." And then as they read them, like this is this right here. This is the first one. The Brave and the Wicked. It's horror, like supernatural horror. And then right here, The Ghost of Kyle Sugarbreaker, which is volume 2, and then you have right here The Rainbow Dimension, volume 3. I don't have Atlas because it's coming in the mail tomorrow, actually. The physical copies for Atlas and Amazing Wonders. But I'm just saying, I'm telling people that you guys need to stop sleeping on my writing skills, because it's my books are fucking awesome. And I be telling people that and everybody who's read it, they're like, "Oh my God, it was really good." I was like, "Yeah, I know." But you know what I'm saying, but it's it's like I'll be trying to I'm yelling into the void. Hello. Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to shoot books out of my ass for people to say, "Hey, I want to read it"?
Now that's advertising.
that is right, isn't it? Advertising. I told you you're gonna have fun tonight.
I'm gonna pull down my pants, spread it on my cheeks.
Now we're writing a song.
No, you are not. And it's time for question of the week. Oh my God, this week's question of the week is brought by Alternate Universe LLC in Milford and New Haven. And it is another M question. It's another Quindorella question. What non-traditional animal would you keep as a pet? What non-traditional animal would you keep as a pet? Brandon, you are our guest, so you go first.
Okay, I'm terrified of them. So, but it's discussion. So, got a kangaroo.
Terrified. I wasn't expecting. Okay, so he opened with "I'm terrified." I guess we get punched in the face from one that's not very good.
Yeah, no, I'm terrified of them. I don't like anything that can tower over me, and like
A giraffe's not good either. Then.
Yeah, no, because so like I know with kangaroos, if they kick you, you're done for. You're done. They're really big.
With their pouches, everything.
Yeah, their pouches.
Can you see Brandon in the kangaroo's pouch?
Yeah, no, their pouches alone.
Oh my heart.
Their pouches alone haunts my dreams.
No.
It haunts my dreams. Like they're scary. They're scary. Like what's in that pouch? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever wonder, like, is there lint in there? Like, what's in the pouch? Like, like what's in there?
Oh my God, Brandon. M.
Scary.
Answer your own question.
Red panda. They are the cutest little things ever.
A red panda?
Yes.
A red panda.
Y'all don't know what that is?
No, you're gonna have to send me. No, you
what? Y'all both tell me different things at once. What's going on?
All right,
I never even know they existed.
I work at a zoo, so they are definitely like a main attraction. They kind of look like raccoons, so technically, in my opinion, they should be called red raccoons.
Oh.
But I guess that's not as much of a glamorous name.
Yeah.
But they are like they have like little faces. They're just like, you gotta look them up. They're the cutest little things. They just like sleep all the time. They just like have their tongues hanging out when they're sleeping, just like that. Yeah, they look like they could be cousins of raccoons, but like red and brown, like auburn and stuff. And they're just
you're gonna have
thing.
to text or message me a picture because I've never seen one of these.
Oh yeah,
Never.
oh my God, they're so freaking adorable.
Aw.
What would I pick? Definitely no reptiles because I don't do reptiles. We all know that. Alligators. No. I would say, what would I pick? A monkey.
Oh my God, those are dangerous.
Watch the monkeypox there, Lewis. We don't need any more problems.
Yeah,
seriously.
No. True. Very true. Very true. Don't need any more. But definitely, a monkey would be pretty cool. It'd be like Tarzan, name it Cheetah.
Have you not like seen the movie Nope here that just came out? Like,
yeah, Nope. You ever seen Nope? Yeah,
that's what I said. Nope. I said, yeah, Nope. That thing that was the only, to me anyway, the alien thing doesn't freak me out so much, but that monkey just scared me. Like,
well, see, now Cody and Neil, they saw Nope, and they told me the only jump they had was the monkey scene.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. The other, I guess, I don't know. The rest of it was just, it was connected oddly to me. That I guess you have to see it. I guess I can't really explain it without like spoiling it to anybody. But like,
oh, the movie's been out for a while now. If you haven't seen it yet, oh well, too bad. The monkey is on the show. It's on the show, and like it basically like it attacks everybody on the set. Like, like you can see the monkey like attacking everybody, and this is one girl in particular it attacks, where it's like constantly like pounding on her face. And you see her like later on in the movie
blood.
where
there's a lot of blood.
There's a lot of blood. There's lots of it. Sorry if that's a spoiler to you, but oh well, you'll get over it. But and I'm just like,
or just don't see it, honestly.
Or just don't see it, or whatever. Whatever.
But yeah, I mean, when I was told I was going to a horror movie and aliens, I don't know. I was a little disappointed, but like, I think the monkey's the scariest part and probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
Well, but I didn't like the whole premise, like, oh, we got to take a picture of it. That's gonna kill it. I'm just like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
But
if you want to see, I don't know if you would call it a horror movie, but a good suspenseful thriller, I would recommend The Black Phone.
I loved The Black Phone.
Wasn't it awesome? Because I didn't.
book thing it was like a short story. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, they were selling it. It sold out like as soon as like the movie came out because it was so good. I love that.
And Aviva says we love Brandon. Oh, well, thank
you so much.
Yeah, the Black Brandon. Have you seen the Black Phone?
I have not.
Oh my
It's
God!
this is good.
It is. It's really good. It's right up your alley.
It's dark. It is kind of. It has kind of a vibe to it.
It
kind of does. It's got the kidnapped children vibe thing to it.
And it's based in the 70s. It's like freaking.
Except he's just
amazing.
a sick fuck. He's not a clown. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is. And I mean, I couldn't do anything last week, so Rose and I just watched a whole bunch of movies. And I did watch the Samaritan, Stallone's movie. I know you guys are all waiting for me to. Y'all know Stallone's my hero. I love the movie. It's great. That's why I didn't review it. But the Black Phone was just amazing, and I jumped. I actually jumped a few times during it. It's really good. Brandon, why horror? Why write horror?
Because I'm a horror fan, of course. Like, I've always I love horror.
Why is that even a question, Lewis?
Well, because our audience wants to know. Pod TV wants to know. Earplug Podcast Network wants to know. Greenfield and South Hadley Public Access wants to know. That don't know Brandon. They want to know, why does he write horror and not love stories? So, Brandon, why horror?
So here's the thing, right? Okay, hold on. Because Kyle Sugarbreaker, right, is a horror book, but there are some love scenes in there. There's an element of romance and love that's in it.
Well, there's that in horror movies too.
This is true.
They get killed when they're doing it, but
this is true.
Look at them.
They get butchered while they're like. They get butchered while they're humping somebody. But like,
exactly. Look at him. And J-Bo says because he loves horror movies. Yes, but M's face was priceless there. Jason Voorhees comes in, kills them while they're doing it, and it happens. It does. So I'm just asking for our audience, why doesn't we have?
I've always
Little Miss Grandma knitting while watching us is, why doesn't that boy write a love story? So I'm just asking.
Well, I've always had like an attraction towards like darker things. I like, honestly, even on Christmas, I like watching horror movies. Like even on Christmas, we all know that Halloween is by far my favorite holiday of all time. I will, if the universe can give it to me, I want to be like the spirit of Halloween. Like you're saying, like, like some far away day when I die, I want like my spirit to be able to like, come back on Halloween night, or not Halloween night, but October, and I can like, manifest and like, scare people. Yeah, the Halloween season.
Halloween season, yeah.
Yeah, the Halloween season. I don't want to just do one night. I want to do like the season. Like I'm saying, like
like, one night.
Yeah, boring. Like I'm saying, like yeah, and I want to be able to like manifest and like and scare the shit out of people. But like but
yes, I want to do that right now.
Well, I know, I do it now. But no, I really love horror movies. I love Michael Myers. I love Jason Voorhees. I love anything that's like frightening and scary, and because I always felt that it was more intriguing. I mean, I like superhero stuff too, whatever. But like but I love. I've always had like in fact, I'm watching right now before you guys got on the Zoom call. I'm watching Needful Things. Do you remember that movie Needful Things? It's a Stephen King book. I love Stephen King. But I'm watching Needful Things. So like, I really love the dark and the twisted and scary stuff,
Okay. Now is it I know the answer to this. But for once again, grandma sitting at home watching us on public access or on Pod TV knitting, I want you to answer this question. Is it true that you, Brandon, dressed as Pennywise, sat in a movie theater during a screening of it and scared someone?
I did.
Explain.
It wasn't just someone.
Explain. Please elaborate what you did and how it all came about.
Well, it's like the movie theater itself had asked me to they saw my Pennywise costume I had done at Boston Comic Con, and they had reached out to me. It was at the Boston movie theater, downtown Boston, and they said, hey, we would love for you to come and dress up as Pennywise for the screening. I was like, okay. And I just remember just like going there as Pennywise, and grown men were just like shaking in their boots, like, you know what I'm saying. And this is not the first time this has happened, like, because I had another screening as Pennywise again a second time, and grown men and women were just so afraid of me that they did not want to come near me. Like, they was like, I don't want to go near that. I don't want to go near that. I was like, come on. It's a good picture. And they were like, in fact, there was this one, I remember it was like, actually it happened like 2 years ago during like Sam Halloween. And there was this little kid. I was at Harrison Comics, ever.
Yep. Good friend.
Scaring the little kids is the funniest, it's the best, but especially the little shits, like those little assholes. I can't stand them. So it's like, so scaring them and making them cry is just like my joy. Like, you said, I want to make them cry. I want to see them like tremble in their boots. Like, I want to see one kid actually try to run.
Pants, the whole deal.
I want the whole shebang. One kid tried to run and he fell on his face, and I laughed at him. Oh, the best one by far, out of all of them. I was walking home. I was telling my friend this the other day. I was walking home, and there's this little girl. She was on her bike, and she literally, the bike. She sees me and she stops her bike, whatever, like abruptly, and she flips over the bike. Like and I didn't even ask her. I didn't even ask her if she was okay. I was like, ah. She gets up and she like runs to her house and she slams the door. Mind you, she leaves her bike in the middle of the street. So I'm just like saying like, ah.
She just rode the bike over to her door.
Yeah, like I have never seen something like that happen. Like, she literally flips, like because the bike stopped so abruptly that she like lifted up off her bike and then she like fell over. And I was
like a cartoon. Oh my god.
It was hilarious. And then there was another kid. There's another kid where we was at Harrison Comics and he saw me and he backed up and the shelves would like just like, like kind of like fell on each other. And he gets up. His parents were like laughing at him, and then he gets up and runs out, and I chased after him. I chased after him down the street.
Brandon, I'm going to bring up a photo.
Oh yeah.
And now, can you tell us about who these kids are?
So that's the cast of it, which is really awesome. They were at Rhode Island Comic Con a few years back, and just seeing them, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so cool!" Chosen Jacobs, who's like right next to me, beside me, so sweet. Like, I remember meeting him, and he actually gave me one of his like prints for free. Like, you know what I'm saying, like he signed it, whatever, and he gave it to me for free. And I remember like, I was telling him about my books. So I said, "There's this character on my story. His name is Brody, and I think you'll be so freaking perfect for that character." And he was like, "All right, man. Like, saying like, definitely hit me up whenever you get the movie going." And so I mean, obviously, like, I don't have like $1 million to put a movie together, obviously, but like, if the universe ever decided to like allow my books to become movies, I swear I would want Chosen Jacobs to play the character of Brody, because when I wrote him, as soon as I saw him, when I saw him in it, I was like, that's Brody. That's a good one for Brody. So yeah, they were all really nice though. That's awesome. You know what? Jack Dylan Grazer was also really nice too. I liked him as well.
Okay. So what was that was the highlight of cosplaying as Pennywise? Was it scaring little innocent children or meeting the cast?
I mean, the guests were cool, but scaring the children was it's just like, especially
that was in your heart forever.
Yeah, that's just You know what? I remember that night when the girl had flipped over her bike. Can I tell you? I slept so good. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, my work is done for today. This is fun. I love being able to kind of invoke that kind of fear of people, but not just with Pennywise though, because even with my oh, Brennan, you know you love scary movies. I do.
Really, you're not denying that at all.
I'm not. But even like because actually, so for Halloween this year, I'm doing a brand new costume. I'm next week I'm doing 2 weeks from now I'm doing a brand new version of Green Lantern.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I kept it a secret. I haven't really told anybody. But I'm doing a brand new version of Green Lantern, and it's gonna be so awesome. And I'm doing for Halloween. I'm doing a boy version of Red Riding Hood. And
nice.
It's gonna be extremely gory. It's gonna be it's nothing like how I have like the iconic, red cloak and stuff like that, but the cloak is really like looks very intricate and cool looking, and like I'm gonna have like the severed wolf head in my basket with the with the knife in its eye, and it's like I'm gonna have like an axe, whatever that lights up, and so I'm really excited for doing Red Riding Hood because you don't see a lot of like males do that character, and I wanted to do something different and fun. I love doing the gender bends, so
that's
fun.
Awesome, super cool,
unbelievable. Okay, Brandon, if someone cannot reach you at a convention and they buy your book, whether it be off your website or through Amazon, they would like you to autograph it, how do they get in contact with you?
They can, the best way, other than calling me, but I don't give my numbers to strangers, but other way is like, Facebook or Instagram. I'm always on there. I'm very active. I always respond back to my whoever is. Oh yeah, I remember Thunder. That was fun. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, social media is the best way. I'm very easy to get in touch with. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Whatever.
Okay, and would you personalize a book for them as well, or you would just sign it, Brandon?
I'll do whatever they want me to do. I mean, like whatever it is that they ask me to do, I'll do it. I'm definitely a people pleaser, and I like giving people a memorable experience, and I love being able to give people a long-lasting positive impression of me, so that when they go through life, they said, "Wow, Brandon was a really nice person."
I do respect that, and you can make people cry good and bad ways, and that's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and when can we expect your next book? Well, I mean, I know you have them already written, but when can we expect it on the shelf?
Probably. So the next one, which is volume 5, is called Memoirs of an Immortal Witch, and probably later this year. I don't want to like do them all because I still have to do like so much promotion for this coming book right now, but probably either like later this year or early next year. It's marketing for a book blows. It really does. It's a hard work. And it's like a marathon. It's like, you're constantly telling people about, hey, I have this first book, read this one. You should read this one first because it's the start of the series. And as you go forward, you'll start to see the characters and blah, blah, blah. And, so it's always kind of like, so basically, you know what? The people who don't know about this book, the very first one, The Brave and the Wicked, this is a brand new book in their eyes. Like I'm saying, like, because I'm not a prolific author yet. I'm not really I'm not prolific at all. So like this is kind of like, until like you see my books in shining lights and on billboards, what I'm saying? I have to constantly remind people, hey, I'm an author. Read my books or die.
You should promote them in the Pennywise costume then. Sounds like it'll work.
Oh yes, yeah. That's a good idea. Very good idea.
I have done that many times. People just like people. I usually when I'm promoting my books, I usually dress up in costume anyway. So because it just draws people in, which is fun. But you know, I really love seeing the reactions. That really is addicting, by the way. Like, you know, doing cosplay. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's addicting. Like, you know, because
Yes.
I get a thrill of it every time. Like, that's better than sex to me, honestly. Like, you know, and I haven't had sex in like decades. So, like, you know,
Grandma just dropped her needles, and what did that boy say? No,
I'm celibate.
Grandma's on the floor by this point.
Grandma's on the floor. High five, them.
Yes, I'm just saying, like, it really is like the dopamines that come into your mind, like when people are just like loving your stuff, like.
J-Bo says, "Keep it clean, Brandon."
Oh,
J-Bo is gonna be on the floor in a minute. Yeah.
J-Bo's a prude.
Remember my heart, Brandon. Remember my heart.
Oh, I know. Yes. But yeah. Oh, you know what I'm also excited for?
What's that?
I'm excited for Stargirl season 3 supposed to start. So
yes, it is.
Tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. So that show is so good. It's a really good show. It's such a good show. Oh, love it.
Very, very good. Well, Brandon, thank you for hanging out with us for this past hour.
Thank you.
And please head on over to Brandon's website, darkmysteries.org, and buy his book. Go on Amazon, find his book, please buy it. And if you want, contact him on social media. Get The Brave and the Wicked by Brandon Clarke. Pick up The Ghost of Kyle Sugarbreaker by Brandon Clarke. The Rainbow Dimension by Brandon Clarke. And of course, Atlas and His Amazing Wonders by Brandon Clarke. Find him on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and wherever he can be found on social media. Where can people find you and the Angry Geeks on social media?
So, my Instagram, Quinderella Cosplay, and on my website, QuinderellaCosplay.com. And I'm on Facebook, just my regular name, Emily May Partington.
Yes, and you can also find her now on the Angry Geek Show website underneath About Us, right there with the rest of the Angry Geeks, because she's officially an Angry Geek right now. I am Louis Perry. You can find me on my official Facebook page, and you can find the Angry Geeks on the angrygeekshow.com, Pod TV, the Earplug Podcast Network, Greenfield Public Access, South Hadley Public Access, and wherever your podcasts are found. We will see you guys next week when we have Maya, another cosplayer and girl gamer, is going to be hanging out with Em and I. And we love you guys. Be safe and take care. Bye. You have been watching The Angry Geek Show on Pod TV. Visit our website today. And for guest bookings, email us at theangrygeekshow@gmail.com today.